Hi, I'm Tristan Tomasino and welcome to another Buxton Brief. And wow, what a week it's been, not just in real estate, but for Melburnians on a whole, with lockdown finishing up and Freedom Weekend taking place. Now, what did this mean for the market? Well, we saw a great clearance rate still of 90% across a recorded 967 auctions. If we break this down a little bit further, the housing market saw a clearance rate of 91%, the apartment market 89%. This is against the previous weekend, which reported 1,260 odd auctions and a clearance rate of 87%. Now, given it was a little bit quieter on the weekend with everyone out and about, we feel that this trend will continue into the long weekend with Cup taking place on Tuesday, but more welcome news with open homes being able to be conducted once again, as well as on-site auctions, which were allowed to take place the previous weekend. We do feel moving into the future though that there may be a hybrid version with online auctions and on-site auctions taking place. After the Cup weekend though, we will see a mad rush leading into the Christmas break. And this is off the back of a recent report by the Real Estate Institute of Victoria that released their quarterly results that showed the median house price for Melbourne is at $1,070,000 and shows a quarterly growth of 6%. Now, if we compare this to the Sydney market though, which has a $1.3 million median price, and over the last 12 months has had a whopping $308,000 growth, it indicates that there's maybe some more room to grow for the Melbourne market. Now, the other interesting article on the flip side of this that was released by domain.com.au shows that Melbourne is actually the cheapest city in Australia when it comes to rent. This is no surprise given the pandemic and what we've seen over the last 18 months with the international borders being shut. But we do feel heading into 2022, with hopefully no lockdowns taking place, that the rental market will tend to pick up again. Now, the other interesting and fascinating article released by theage.com.au, and it's a great read, is the word of the week, inflation. Now, just this time last week, we were talking about interest rates remaining on hold until 2024. Now, given the inflation rates around the world at the moment, now if we look at the United States, which currently has an inflation rate of 5.5%, Germany has an inflation rate of about 4.5%, the same can be said for Canada, and just last week, New Zealand reported an inflation rate of 4.9%, compared to this time last year where their rate was at 1.4%. The Reserve Bank of Australia has made it known that their average is at about 2 to 3%. They are concerned though that property prices are rising a lot quicker than they'd like, and off the back of this, they have dished out over $177 billion to the banks, and on the flip side, taken out bonds in excess of $280 billion. So moving forward, after we saw last year with the pandemic starting in about March, 250,000 Australians took up the first homeowners grant, and some of them had incentives of up to $90,000. So the Reserve Bank is really concerned about wages not increasing and the inflation rate continuing to go up and people really borrowing too much money. What we will see for the time being is a great market, which we've indicated previously, leading into Christmas. However, in 2022, there's clear signs that the market may soften given the current regulations with APRA and increasing their assessment rate, and maybe the market cooling about 5% or so. We'll keep track of that, and as always, we look forward to seeing you on next week's video.